Welcome to the Trojan Round Table, where 9 friends turn the most trivial topics into full-blown passionate debate. Every episode, we rank our top 10 takes, from food and movies to sports, zoo animals, and everything in between. Then we seed those rankings into a bracket and vote, round by round, argument by argument, till only one topic is left standing. No experts, no safe opinions, just strong takes, bad logic, and friendships hanging by a thread. This is the Trojan Round Table. Let the debate begin. Welcome to episode 8. On Monday, we talked all about our superpowers and we ranked them 1 through 10. Now, tonight, we're going to put them in a bracket. We're going to figure out who our winner is for the best superpower. We got 5 guys here with us. Let's break down this bracket. So we seeded 16 superpowers. So here's the matchup. So 1 seed, teleportation. They'll go up against the 16 seed, omnipotence. Kyle's number 1. The 8-9 matchup is 8 seed, immortality against the 9 seed, immunity. 4 seed, invisibility against the 13 seed, shapeshifting. 5 seed, super speed against 12 seed, elasticity. Over on the other side of the bracket, we have the 2 seed, telekinesis against the 15 seed, and Logan's number 1, chaos magic. Number 7 seed, super strength against number 10, telepathy. 3 seed, flight against 14 seed, mind reading. Dan's number 1. And then our 6 seed, time manipulation against number 11 seed, regeneration. That's the bracket. We're going to go through all these matchups here. Any hot takes to start us off tonight, boys, before we get into this bracket? Let's get it started here with the first matchup. We have our number 1 seed, first place on 5 list, teleportation. It would tell us that it can't be beat here, but it's going up against omnipotence. There's a lot of talk in the last episode about omnipotence and all the superpowers here. Kyle, why should omnipotence pull the upset here against teleportation?
I'm gonna keep it short and simple. I voted omnipotence. I believe I was the only one that voted for it, actually. And I voted for it because you can reshape reality itself instead of just moving around with it. That's why it's better than teleportation.
The only reason I didn't vote for omnipotence was because it's obviously too good. We needed a competition here.
Right?
Omnipotence, obviously, number 1. Number 2,
Didn't stop anybody from voting for Cinnamon Toast Crunch last week.
because Cinnamon Toast Crunch is goated.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is one cereal, not all of them.
Alright, so yeah, omnipotence, number 2, behind chaos magic, in my opinion. But we'll see how that vote goes.
But with omnipotence, I said this a little bit in our last episode. It's almost too good. Like, is life too easy? You're gonna get bored with always winning. And I know you talked about you can turn the difficulty up, you can turn your superpowers down, but like some of us are just happy in our own reality. And teleportation would just make it that much easier to just travel when you need to, wherever you want to, at the click of a button, or however teleportation works. But the vote's in, and all the 9-person panel, 1 vote went to omnipotence, and the other 8 went to teleportation. So thanks, Kyle. You're number 1 out. We're going to move on now to a little better matchup here. We got immortality against immunity, the 8-9 matchup. I know there was a question in the last episode about these two, the difference between the two. Kyle, tell us about this matchup here.
I gave the nod to immunity primarily because you get to live a full, meaningful life without suffering from disease, injury, or the boredom of endless existence.
Logan, you had immortality pretty high, didn't you?
Yeah, I think I had it.
Why shouldn't
What did I have it? I had it number 2.
I had
Also-
immortality on my list. I didn't have immunity, and the reason I had immortality was because injury and different things, like any pain that you have, could immediately be resolved because of
Just go back.
immortality.
Invincibility would be better then.
It would, but that's not the matchup. So
Well, yeah, I don't know. Immortality is better than immunity, in my opinion.
Right.
I wouldn't
same.
want to live forever because I wouldn't
Same.
want to lose those loved ones around me. Like, it sounds awful. Yeah, you'll meet new people. Like, yeah, not your loved ones, Logan.
Hey, that's life.
I messed up on my description of immortality. So
I think living forever, as great as that seems, and the fear that we may have for death, like, I think that eliminates the full life. Like, yes, you always have more time, Logan, to go do more things. I think that's what leads to a full life, of like, not necessarily when the finish line is coming, but that there is a finish line. and that like you gotta fill life with what it is.
Yeah.
You also have to like work a job and make money, but you also get to choose to like get married if you want to and have a family if you want to, and you get to choose what you want to do. And I think that like that's the beautiful thing about life, you know. I know I also said this in the last episode, and Jit, you said I don't know what's so fun about it, but like that's the part of death. And to me, the fun part about death is like you're trying to fill your life before you die. And is it really a fulfilling life if I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I am not gonna die tomorrow? Like we all think we're all gonna live tomorrow, but we don't know. That's the fun in life.
I would have worded that differently. Instead of the fun part about death is life, I would have said the fun part about life is death. Like
Yeah.
there is an
Huh?
end. You're living for tomorrow.
I follow there. So the vote on that one, 6-3. Immunity, our 9 seed upsets the 8 seed. Immortality. Little fun fact now: through 4 brackets, 3 of them we have seeded 16 teams, which should have 3, 8, 9 matchups. The 8 seed is yet to beat a 9 seed. Don't know how or why or what, but another 9/8 winner there. 6-3. Immunity will be facing off with teleportation in our quarterfinal. On to the 4 versus 13. We have invisibility versus shapeshifting. Shapeshifting have a chance here. Last episode we talked about invisibility and how it's a little underrated here. End up with the 4 seed. Does shapeshifting have a shot here?
I don't
No.
think so.
I think shape shifting could be invisibility just because you could shapeshift into something that is unnoticeable rather than completely invisible. Like you could become
I feel like
a
invisible is just
butterfly.
better though.
Well, when
Yeah,
I
till
think
a bat
about
or something eats you.
A bat's not gonna eat you in the middle of the day.
Okay, well,
what if it
bird?
had rabies?
Okay, become a dinosaur.
That's
I
not
think
yeah,
about
the whole world's
shapeshifting.
gonna be after you.
I think about shapeshifting. I think about Monsters Inc. and that little evil dude, you know. He also goes
What was his
invisible
name?
here.
The
Somebody-
lizard guy?
Yeah. That's what I
Starts
think
with
when
an
I think
R,
of
doesn't it?
shapeshifting.
Randall.
Randall,
Randall.
yes,
I think it's Randall, yeah.
Yep.
Like he does go invisible. I don't know if that's part of being a shapeshifter. I don't even know if that is technically shapeshifting. I don't know. But that's what
Does
I
he-
thought of when I thought of this. Invisibility is included in that. Me, invisibility is it's just better.
Could you
I agree,
shapeshift
Devin.
into a cloud? Is that
Why
an
not?
argument?
I don't
According
know,
to you
dude.
guys, there is no limit to your power.
No, you could
Isn't
shapeshift
that
it,
a
but
dumb thing about this argument?
stay up there.
Because shapeshifting is just manipulating matter into a different shape. Technically, clouds are a matter, no?
I think so.
Yeah.
So I
Are
mean,
the clouds
you-
matter, or is
Isn't
it the
the-
water droplets in the clouds that matter?
okay,
you
you
would essentially
shapeshift into a bunch
turn
of
into a
little
water
water
drop-
particles.
Water droplets. Yeah.
You could shapeshift
Correct me
into a
if I'm
puddle.
wrong, but doesn't shape shifting imply it has to be something living? It can't be like a desk or a cloud.
I don't know. I didn't.
I don't know the
I don't
rules on
think I
this
had
one.
shapeshifting, so I think
But
that
I don't know the
is
rules
up
on it.
to
I don't
whoever
think I
had it
have.
on their list.
But
You
to
guys
me,
are arguing-
invisibility is better. I mean, you're gonna stay unseen, gives you instant safety and stealth without having
So
to
you guys are
become
arguing this here, like
someone or
you
something
guys
else.
think shapeshifting has a chance here,
I,
and the
I'm
vote
s-
says
I
it
don't.
didn't.
No.
It went 7-2. Shapeshifting's out. If you love shapeshifting or the idea of it, that's the last you'll hear of it here. Yeah, we're gonna move on here. We got better matchups that we can talk about. Down to the 5-12. We got super speed, got the 5 seed, up against elasticity, the 12 seed. A couple of y'all had elasticity on your list. Does have a chance to pull the upset here. Brent, I believe you had elasticity, didn't you?
I might have
My
had
bad.
it. It might have just been a filler word for my list. Oh yeah, I had it pretty high. Oh no, that's Harrison's. Nope, I don't have it.
I had it on mine. Mind you, I had it below speed, but the elasticity. I mean, we talked about Mrs. Incredible from The Incredibles, one part of it.
It's-
But just being able to, like you said in the last episode, Debbie, you could sit on your couch with telekinesis and bring stuff to you. Well, you could do the same thing with elasticity. Just reach across the room, grab what you need to. Now, I didn't vote for elasticity. I'm just trying to make an argument here for it. So
I don't know. I think
voted
elasticity is a
super
horrible superpower. And Devin, what do the votes say?
Well, Harrison was the only person I voted for elasticity. Harrison had it extremely high on his list for absolutely no reason. Super speed takes it 8-1. Super speed is going up against invisibility in the quarterfinals. So that side of the bracket down to their final four on that side of the bracket. So it'll be teleportation against immunity, visibility against super speed. Now we got to figure out the other side of the bracket here. Who's going to join them in the final 8? So let's go over to the 2 seed, telekinesis. Going up against Logan, you're number 1, our 15 seed, chaos magic. Why should chaos magic win this, Logan?
Because I ain't scared. I don't know.
Live a little.
Live a little.
He isn't scared.
I
to
ain't
have that
scared.
Chaos
Just
magic
live a
power.
little. Life is unpredictable, so is chaos magic. You just have a little more control over life with chaos magic.
I think you have less control.
Well, I disagree.
Isn't that the fun part about superpowers is like you have certain control over things to like ideally better your life. Chaos magic, it's almost like you're changing your life, but do you have that much control?
Yeah.
In
I
a
would ask, is
way,
that even a power?
it is absolutely a power. Like I said in the last episode, watch WandaVision.
I mean,
You'll-
I voted telekinesis. I think precise control beats unpredictable power when you actually need reliable results.
I think there's just too much good for telekinesis that it can't lose to something you can't predict.
Yeah, I'm grasping at straws here, and Dan is the only supporter for my side, and he's not here to
Dan
He
defend
didn't even
me.
have chaos magic. He just had magic.
But he
He
voted.
saw the word magic and said, "Heck yeah, let's go."
He's all in.
Whatever that means.
And like magic without the unpredictability.
He likes the magic without the chaos. He wants magic nonetheless.
I want the
So
chaos.
7-2 that vote went. Telekinesis is into the final 8. Moves on to the next round. Who's going to face off with them? It'll be the winner of Super Strength versus Telepathy. 7-10 matchup. We have an upset here. I was the biggest supporter of Telepathy. Did not have Super Strength on my list. So obviously I'm going to vote for Telepathy. I was talking about that in the last episode. Being able to know people's thoughts and then be able to communicate with them through thoughts is a slept-on superpower that I think all of us would find very, very handy. Maybe you guys have too much going on in your minds where you wouldn't want other people's thoughts in there. But I don't see a way in which super strength would really have a chance over telepathy in my thoughts. But some of y'all had super strength on your list and much higher than telepathy.
Wasn't me.
I had super strength, and that's actually the way I voted in this. I mean, I don't really have a good argument. It just super strength sounds fun and exciting. You can do a lot with it. So
Just
kind of
hit the
why I
gym,
went
bro.
that route.
Be strong. Be better.
You still don't have the super strength, even if you go to the gym. So vehicle falls on a person, you can't lift it just by going to the gym. Well,
Hey,
most people
hey.
can't.
You ever seen
So-
moms do that for
Moms.
their babies? Don't lie to
Okay,
me.
Yeah,
let's go
yeah.
with a fully loaded
Speaking of
semi. How's
moms, shout out Kyle's mom.
that?
Thanks for supporting the show.
I know you're out there listening, Cal's mom. Thanks for being a loyal supporter. But you guys are talking about how often you guys are seeing people crushed by cars, or how often you're driving down the road and trees are falling. You need to have telekinesis to move the tree. Like, are these things happening in your guys' everyday lives here, or like, what's
Yeah,
the
no
deal?
kidding.
I've seen plenty of trees across roads that you got to clear out.
Yeah, after a storm, I get 20 calls for trees across driveways.
So like a few times a year.
Yeah.
And that man does not want to get his chainsaw. He just wants to move it with his mind.
He said, "Forget this chainsaw. Let me just throw this thing."
I'm not hearing any good arguments for super strength at all. We can talk
I don't
about
have a good argument.
telekinesis or anything. The panel said 7-2. Telepathy wins. The 10 seed has upset the 2 seed. Little survivor over Breaking Bad there. Okay, maybe not that big of an upset, but that was also a 10-7 upset. So we'll have telepathy versus telekinesis in that matchup next round. Finish out the last 2 matchups here. The first round, we have flight, which is a high on a lot of lists, and up as the 3 seed, against mind reading. Dan's number 1 is the only person that had mind reading by itself on his list. Does mind reading have a chance, guys?
No.
I don't
I want
care
to know
to
what's going on in other
Yeah.
people's minds. I got enough going on in mine. I don't need to know what's going
Yeah.
on in theirs.
I already
That's
worry
fine.
enough what they're thinking about
One-
me. If I knew what they were thinking about me, it'd be even worse.
My
I don't-
argument's for flight, so don't ask
Yeah,
me.
I don't see. Yeah, I mean, flight one, it was not close. My last thing on mind reading, like, why would you want to know people's thoughts without having
Yeah.
some sort of influence or being able to communicate
Right.
with them
Right.
through
Like,
telepathy?
oh yeah, I
like,
can know what you're thinking, but I
like,
can't
wow,
do
that guy
anything
hates
about
me.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
well,
don't
that
know
does me a
I'm
lot of
here
good.
with mind reading.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put myself in a bad mood because that guy over there is thinking about me.
Yeah.
So yeah, 7-2 there. Flight wins. We'll talk more about flight later on here. Last matchup: time manipulation. It's regeneration. A couple people had regeneration pretty high on their list. Had some time travel. Time travel didn't make it, but we had a lot of time manipulation. Kyle, you are so high on time manipulation.
I
Tell us
sure
why it
am,
needs to beat regeneration.
because it can just prevent damage from ever even happening instead of just healing after the fact. I mean, it's that simple.
You're saying you are being proactive versus reactive here.
Correct.
Any
It's
other
hard to
thoughts
argue
on this
against that.
matchup here?
I went the
What's that?
regen route, and after Kyle's argument, I mean, I'm healing after the fact, so it'd be yes, you heal quicker and better, like the Wolverine and Deadpool, but preventing it from happening in the first place. I mean, if I would have had it on my list, it would have been probably a vote for me, but I didn't have it on my list, so I can't vote for it over something I did have.
You can
I
change
think-
your mind.
No,
You can
It's not
recognize
a
that you were
smart
wrong
vote.
and change your course.
I'm
Chad.
never wrong. I'm never wrong.
Well, with that, our 6th seed time manipulation moves on by a 6-3 vote. Time manipulation will face flight. So our final 8 here, our quarterfinal, is teleportation against immunity, invisibility against super speed, telekinesis against telepathy, flight against time manipulation. Our first matchup, teleportation, our 1 seed against immunity. Does immunity have a chance here? Somebody give me an argument why immunity has a shot to beat teleportation.
Well, the only guy that voted for it isn't here, so
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be slim pickings.
Yeah, so Dan voted for immunity. Dan continually puts together the worst lists. So not a lot there going for immunity.
Two-time defending champ.
Teleportation wins 8-1. As I've said in other episodes, that's by a landslide. We're gonna move on. Teleportation slides right on there into the semifinal. Maybe a better matchup right below it. Invisibility. Our 4 seed against the 5 seed. Super speed. Super speed an underdog here. Does super speed have a chance to beat invisibility?
I had these as my 4 and 5 actually.
Okay, break down the matchup for us.
I mean, I went invisibility. I just had it ranked higher for 1, but my main reason was never being seen gives you control without the risk of being caught mid-motion. I mean, you're going to gain more information being invisible than you ever would being fast. You can know your opponent better, or whatever you want to call it. Know how they think, how they act, things like that.
I didn't have super speed on my list. It got the 5 seed. Should it be eliminated here? I want somebody to give me a reason why super speed is a really good superpower because I don't see it. I can't really make an argument for it here over invisibility. Can somebody make an argument for it?
nope.
I'll make an argument for it because I had it high in mine. Just being able to get places quick or like flash, fight whoever you need to, run circles around them, and they're pretty much beat. So, but my thought was get to places quickly, and that's why I put super speed on there. Now, does it outrank invisibility? Probably not, but that was my thought process. I'm putting it on my list.
It's a good try. You did vote invisibility,
work.
Jit. Yeah,
I know I
Colton
did.
was the only one with their super speed. He's not here to defend it at all. Again, 8-1 vote. Not close on that side of the bracket there in the quarterfinals. So our first Final Four matchup, teleportation against invisibility. And I think that's a great matchup. Over the other side of the bracket, that's 2 seed telekinesis against a potential Cinderella in telepathy. Why y'all love telekinesis again?
It's almost if you could think you can almost do it with telepathy.
Oh, with telekinesis.
I went telekinesis because changing the physical world on demand is more powerful than merely knowing or altering what someone is thinking.
What do you have to change in the physical world on a day-to-day?
Anything. Just
That's a great example.
like, I mean, you're asking me like I have the power. I mean, what are you gonna do with telepathy on a day-to-day
I
other than
think you use.
manipulate people?
I don't think you're even gonna use it to manipulate people. I think you're gonna use telepathy every day. I think you might use it hourly every day. Try to do something with it. And I'm not saying use it for evil. I think you might just be sitting in a room with somebody. You could just have a conversation, put your minds together. How cool would that be?
Jit and I do
You
that.
just know
Yeah,
what
how
you are
cool would it be
thinking.
if I could just manipulate the physical world?
Do what? Get you a glass of
Anything, man.
water?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm kind of thirsty. I'm gonna go pour me a glass of water without having to get up.
There you go.
Yeah, I think I have to give telepathy the vote there, in my opinion.
Well, I
But
think
And you were the only one.
I
So
was the only one that voted for telepathy, and I need those of you out there listening. Please chime off in the comments and support me if you can here. Telepathy is so much better than telekinesis. Vote went 8-1, so maybe I'm in the minority, but maybe out there we just don't have the respect for telepathy. A little upset about that vote. I'm gonna move on. So telekinesis is on to the semifinals. Last matchup of our quarterfinals: Flight against Time Manipulation. The 3 seed Flight. Is it gonna move on? Flight was high on a lot of lists. Flight was number 2 on my list, but Time Manipulation is incredibly powerful. Kyle, you love Time Manipulation? I'll let you
Sure
speak
do.
first on it.
Okay. Time manipulation lets you fix mistakes, outsmart any threat, and shape outcomes themselves, while flight just changes where you are, not what happens.
I have a question about Flight, and we talked about this today a little bit. When I thought about Flight, I was thinking like, oh, I don't want to sit in traffic. I'll just fly to work. I'll fly home. Or hey, it's a nice day. That's what I'm going to do. I would love to be able to teleport, but like, hey, it's a nice day. I'm just going to fly home, right? Thinking kind of like in the way of like, oh yeah, I'm just flying around the neighborhood, or maybe I can get an aerial view of this. Or go instead of going out for a walk, I'm going to go out for a flight. You guys are thinking about like flying long distances as if you're Superman. That was never my thought. I think that's kind of crazy. I think you have to pair it with super speed or something like that. Why would you want to fly long distances, do that? But whatever. That was our conversation we had earlier today. I voted Flight. I think Flight's incredibly impactful. I think what a fun thing you can go outside and do when it's nice out. Once take your dog up, Chit. Your dog up for a flight. Put it on a harness.
She would not know what to do.
nope. She'd probably try to jump.
I'm grasping at straws. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now.
I don't know what you're trying to say either.
Time manipulation won. I realized I was just filling the space with words that aren't even coherent at this point. Time manipulation won. I think flight's more valuable than we think. I also don't think y'all are going to be flying 500 miles an hour like y'all think you are, and I think I just wanted to get that bit in there. But that's our final 4 matchup. That vote went 5-4. It was close, but time manipulation is on to the final 4. And I think it's a worthy contestant. So our final 4: teleportation, visibility, telekinesis, and time manipulation. First matchup: teleportation versus invisibility. Both incredibly valuable, both incredibly important if you had them. There's a lot of people had teleportation number 1. Somebody make a vote or give me an argument for invisibility here.
I voted for it because you can gather information, influence events, and avoid danger continuously, while teleportation only helps you the moment you move.
Can't you avoid danger though by teleporting? I
You can.
understand only the moment you
But you-
move, but
But you can like I said, gather information and influence events.
I don't know. I think
I
teleportation
just don't want to go to an
is
airport.
Yeah, I think teleportation is more valuable.
Same.
See, y'all are just voting based off how you can help your day-to-day life now. I'm voting on what's going to make me more powerful.
Teleportation.
there it is. The power trip is already starting, Mr. Omnipotence.
This dude's gonna take over the world.
He said I wouldn't use this for evil, and what? Halfway through episode
I'm
2
not.
or wherever we are. I think teleportation is just so valuable. I know there's a few people here that travel a lot here for work. Just being able to, at the snap of a finger, click of a button, just end up where you are. Like, spend days traveling. Like, it's whole days traveling, hours upon hours going across the country. Like, you can just be there. Think about how much time you could save. You can see friends and family essentially whenever you want to. Sounds
Could be
so
home
great
every
to
night.
me.
Snap your fingers, be at home, snap your fingers, be at work, across the country. That was my thought process on it.
Yeah, you essentially could live anywhere you want to then too. Work anywhere
wouldn't
you
have
want
to be
None of that
here.
matters.
Wouldn't have to be here in this hotel room.
But
Eating
remember,
cornflakes.
I was gonna say you can always eat cornflakes.
Or a Raisin Bran.
If you have no idea what that means, go watch those serial episodes, and it'll make all the sense in the world to you. So, teleportation, landslide, 8-1. Kyle was the only vote for invisibility. Kyle, I respect the vote for invisibility. I think invisibility is a great opponent. I think teleportation is just so valuable. I don't think there's a bigger backer of teleportation than Jit and myself. So teleportation is on to the championship. The other side, a great matchup. Our 2 seed, telekinesis. Trenton loves it. Against time manipulation. Little Cinderella, the 6 seed. Kyle loves it. Everybody else got a vote. It was a close vote. I need each of you to give me an argument and a good one, and we'll decide from there.
Hold on. I'll argue why time manipulation is better than telekinesis.
Yeah, let's go.
We'll go back to Trenton's tree analogy. So, with time manipulation, you could manipulate time to where or before the storm, so you could manage the trees then, and that way they don't have the potential to fall over on somebody's yard or house, and then you wouldn't have that problem.
I got a rebuttal to that, Logan.
Okay.
Got a rebuttal to that. The whole point to his analogy with telekinesis and a tree being on the road is to not have to do the manual labor to take care of it. So if you just manipulate time back before the storm, now you have to take care of the tree. Versus if the tree falls, you just go there and move it with your mind and not have to do any of the manual labor.
Hey man, that's life.
I manipulate your big head into my fist, sir.
Was a good argument there, but all right.
No, I do have an argument, but doesn't pertain to anything either of you said.
Okay.
Go for it.
Well, let's hear it.
I said I went time manipulation, obviously, because it lets you control when everything happens, which beats controlling what moves, because timing can nullify power before it even exists.
What?
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah.
Brent, tell us about telekinesis. I know you just keep saying you have control over everything. It's so great. Give me a better argument.
It gives you enhanced ability to do anything really, but after that, personally, it helps revolutionize all like the industries. So like all the precision tests and everything, you can get down better with telekinesis, and then there's environmental benefits from it. Like let's say there's forest fires or like deforestation or like erosion and stuff. You could like change everything in there. Or there's like advanced medical applications. So like different surgeries and stuff. Doctors can be more precise and you don't need like a robot in your intestines fixing something. I just think telekinesis is a little bit of everything.
Oh, it's a good argument. I'll give you that one. I think time is just everything, right?
Yeah.
Like I think if you can manipulate time, you can manipulate life. And I know we
Literally
talked
anything.
about that I want to be able to use my powers to work with people, do things like that. I think if you can control time, you control every aspect of life in that way.
Yeah.
That's why I think time manipulation is incredibly powerful in that way. Yeah. Any last closing arguments before we decide the winner on this one?
It was a close one.
This is a very close one. I think this is a great matchup. The winner is time manipulation, our 6th seed. Beat telekinesis, the 2 seed, 5-4. Really close vote. For our championship is teleportation against time manipulation. I think there could be great arguments for either, both, or compared to the two. But that's our championships. Let's take it away.
I don't know. This was a tough vote. Kyle's argument for time manipulation is stellar. I just think teleportation it can be a little more useful in every day-to-day life. But I can also see why time manipulation is also more useful than teleportation. I don't know. It's a
I
tough
guess my
matchup. I voted teleportation, but I could go either way.
I went time manipulation because you can just undo any mistakes, outmaneuver anyone, and you don't really ever have to go anywhere to do any of that. You can literally manipulate time around you. What's better than that?
Now, I think if I had the ability to, I myself, say a private jet or whatever, I think time manipulation would be better because you can just pause time, get in your jet, and fly wherever you need to, whenever you want to, and then when you get there, you just resume time or whatever, and it's the same thing, but you get to spend time, in your private jet. Um, However, I don't have that, so I would love to save time and travel and all that stuff with just teleportation and just go at the snap of the finger, the press of the button. And again, I don't know how teleportation works, but I just feel like it'd be so
Devin,
simple and so easy.
couldn't you manipulate time to just put yourself where you need to be whenever you need to be there?
In a way, but like if you're trying to go to the airport and get to where you need to be, like the airport's paused. Like if I'm trying to be there at a certain time, I'm trying to travel
Yeah.
while time is frozen.
Yeah.
I have to rely on myself. Yeah, I could get in my car and drive, but now there's a bunch of cars just frozen in the middle of the road. And now I'm swerving around them to where I need to go. No, is that not how it works? That's how I envision it works.
I don't think so, but I'll let you have it.
Yeah, how does time manipulation work? Does it pause for the world around you, or does it like? Because if you're flying, you still have to take up that time. It's just time around you is
Correct.
paused.
Correct.
Right.
Well, it could be potentially.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
So
you can manipulate it any which way you want, honestly.
I kind of
You
see
can
it
go
as like,
backwards, forwards, pause.
right, you have a little remote, and it's like, oh, I need to
Yeah,
pause time here. I want to fast
yeah,
forward here through this. I don't like how
yeah.
this is going. I'll just deal with the consequence. Or like, I would need to go back 30 seconds or 30 minutes or
Say
30 days.
say you're just tired as hell. You could just hit the pause button and sleep for 12 hours and then resume.
that would be nice. So you're
Yeah.
saying
That
like
almost sounds too good.
if you're flying, you can just fast forward time.
I would assume so, yes. I think
Okay.
you can basically simulate through what you're living with in that moment. So if you're flying, you could just fast forward until you're there.
Okay.
Going back to the omnipotence, my against omnipotence argument is those are kind of the moments you want to live through in life. Do you really
Oh,
want
you
to
want to
fast
live through
forward
a
through them?
flight or walking through TSA?
Hold on.
Enjoy
You
it.
just said you wanted teleportation, but now you're
I
saying
want
you
to,
want to
but I
live
want to,
through TSA
Yeah.
and the airport
I
and all
want,
that.
I
So you're
want, I
kind
want
of
to.
contradicting here.
No, I'm not. Let me explain. So I want to, I want to skip all that if I can. I just want to be right now. Boom, I'm wherever I need to be. But if I'm gonna fly and go to these different airports, like I want to go experience the airports. Like I want to fly. I want to experience the turbulence, sit in the crowded low seat backs, and then just lives. And then I can tell people stories of like, hey, I really love that airport, or this airport kind of stinks. I rode the
You know,
tram
with
in that
time
airport.
manipulation, you could fast
Disagree.
forward through that and still have all the memories.
I want to live it. I know what
Yeah.
you're saying, but I want to
That
I'm
live
is
right.
it.
I'm
living it.
right there with you, Devin. Jit disagrees,
Thanks,
but I
Logan.
love traveling. I love experiencing the airport.
Well, Devin voted for teleportation, so I don't know what the heck's going on here. He's arguing that he wants to go through
we're
it.
on a side tangent, okay?
Well, if I had the ability to just bypass it all, but like there are some times where it's like I'm not doing anything. I'm traveling for work. Like sure, I'll spend the whole day, but if, like I'm flying from East Coast to West Coast, like just let me click the button and just put me on the West Coast. And then flying back to the East Coast, that is so miserable. The time change, like it's horrible. Just get me there. Just let me do it.
Okay, now I'm confused.
Yeah, he's confusing us all here.
You want to
Yeah.
experience it, but you hate it. So you want to get there faster?
In the moment, nobody likes it. I
I
don't
That's why
just,
enjoy
time
it.
I love
manipulation is
traveling.
better. You don't have to deal with it if you don't want.
I got stuck in that
But if
Arizona.
I had time manipulation, I would love to come hang out with you guys right now. Boom. Shit, I'm in your hotel room. Boom. Kyle, I'm in your house. Boom. Trenton, I'm in your house. Right?
Ew.
But if I'm just manipulating time, I can't. Like I guess I could technically by your guys' rules do all that, but like a
Yeah,
lot of time
that's
I'm
the
just
point.
pausing. I could just be there and be done with it. I think time manipulation is a very good superpower. However, teleportation takes the cake. 6-3. Not as big of a juggernaut as our last week's champion, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but it had quite the run. It's gonna be hard for it to get upset since it was 5 people's number ones. But that was a worthy bracket there. Some good arguments, some good conversations about it. I think the hard part is we don't really fully understand our superpowers or what they would be like because, well, no one really has them. So that's what I got. Any last hot takes from the round table before we wrap this up?
No.
A lot of good arguments, a lot of questionable arguments, but it's always a good time.
Hey, as we always say, there's no experts, right? There's definitely no experts on superpowers. None of us. I told you guys I was researching it all day, getting ready for
I
this.
did.
You guys said researching what? What are your sources?
I did as much. I did as much research as I could, just to basically know what each power was more than anything.
Well, our whole tagline is no experts, no safe opinions, just strong takes, bad logic, and friendships hanging by a thread. There was plenty of bad logic. I know I had that with the flight and Jit taking his dog for his flight. No experts. None of us really know how time manipulation works or any of that.
Well, to be fair, nobody really does. There's theories on it.
Right. So, hey, at least we lived up to our slogan there. If you liked what you heard or what you watched here on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you are listening and would love to watch us on YouTube, go over there. Find us at Trojan Round Table. Yeah, we'll be back next week. New topic. It's going to be a great one, as always. Every topic is trivial. Maybe we'll have a little better understanding of it next week. But our last thing we're asking you to do is go to that link in our description. Fill out your own top 10. We can put those into the brackets for you, the fans. Y'all can have your own bracket. We'll let you vote on it, and we'll give you our opinion on yours. Okay? Won't be worse than Dan's. We promise you that. But go to that link. Fill it out. It's going to ask for a username and email, something just so we know who you are. Identify you. We aren't going to do anything with that. We just want to know who our fans are and who's our loyal listeners. Yeah, don't know if we got to that bit here in this show. No, Kyle's mom's out there listening. Thanks for listening. If there's others of you, chime off in the comments. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what telepathy should have made it further. Let us know what teleportation is better than time manipulation or anything else, other thoughts you have. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.